As you have just heard in our headlines, the enterprise software company Zoho building data centres right here in Dubai and Abu Dhabi to host two of its solutions and therefore the customers that are using them. Very pleased to be joined by the CEO of Zoho Middle East and Africa, Hyther Nizam. It's lovely to have you.
Thanks for having me here, Brandy.
Why are you building your data centres here in Dubai and Abu Dhabi?
It's important to really respect the data sovereignty and to respect the local laws of UAE and to serve enterprises and government and semi-government. It's becoming very important for companies to really have the data sovereignty and have the data, the IP of those companies in the country itself. So that's why Zoho is really committed to the local market, and we want to be deeply rooted in the UAE market.
You mentioned local laws, and you're certified to serve government and semi-government entities. Do you have to do this? Is this a requirement of working with those kind of companies?
Yes, it is mandated by the government. And if you want to really work with any of the UAE government or semi-government entities, you need to have this certification and compliance in place, and the data of all the local government should be residing inside the country.
Okay, so legally you have to do this if you're going to keep those clients. For your other kind of clients, for any small businesses listening, what does it mean for them? Does it make computing easier, safer, cheaper?
Yes, definitely all of them. And also the performance of their data being accessed from a local data center would be faster than accessing from, let's say, a US data center. From the experience perspective, because the data has to really hop through the network, right, serving from US data center to here. Now you have a UAE data center performing even more faster. And most importantly, data is the IP of any company. And you don't want to be at the mercy of another government. So now you have data in the local government, you are bound by the local laws, and which means that businesses would be more comfortable, more confident that their data residing inside the country.
You're also having to pay to build them, though. Who will ultimately pay for that? Is it Zoho or is it the customer?
No, I think Zoho will absorb the data center cost. We are not going to charge anything extra for the local data center cost because we are going to charge the same cost, same pricing from the customer. So Zoho will be absorbing the data center cost.
How much does it actually cost to build a data center? I know these are part of that wider investment. We've used the 100 million dirham number a few times, but that's an investment that was announced a couple of years ago. How much does it cost to build a data center?
I think minimum tens and millions of dollars. And because these data centers have hundreds of servers, and we have a Dubai data center, which is a primary data center, and then real-time data is replicated in Abu Dhabi data center, which is, if anything disaster happens in this data center, that will be they'll be online immediately. So, which means you need to put hundreds of servers. So it calls for a capex of tens and millions of dollars, and the operation expenses of maintaining the data center and NOC operation, the operation center, it also costs a lot for us. Yeah.
Which I have questions about. Where exactly are you building these, by the way? We're in Dubai and Abu Dhabi.
I think we have a co-location vendor. We run our own data centers. No, we don't run it on hyperscalers like AWS or Azure. So we have our own data centers, and it's been running in Dubai with a vendor called Equinix, which is a global vendor, and they provide the location for us in Dubai and Abu Dhabi.
Yes, but where physically are we talking?
Yeah, I think on the safety and security reason, we cannot really disclose on the exact location of the data center, but definitely in Dubai and Abu Dhabi.
You mentioned the costs of running them. Something that's been making headlines around the world is the amount of power that is used for data centers. Are you paying standard rates for the power for your data centers, or is it being subsidized?
No, it is a standard rate, and we carefully choose the right co-location vendor who is like green certified and making sure they use the renewable energy like wind and solar. So in that way, we really reduce our power cost. So we don't get any subsidy from the government. Yes.
What kind of power will then be powering these? Is it wind and solar?
Yes.
Completely?
We want to really use the renewable energy. And in terms of coming to a sustainability part of it, we want to make sure our data centers are more green certified.
What about the water usage?
Yeah, definitely, the water would be needed for cooling these servers and data centers. And we are trying to, again, building capacity where working with the data center vendors to make sure that this is being reduced as part of our sustainability efforts. Yes.
We're talking about physical infrastructure here, but Zoho is a software company.
Yes.
We've seen a massive stock market sell-off in the last week of software companies. A lot of concern that AI, vibe coding, tools coming out from AI-related companies is going to make a lot of enterprise software obsolete. Are you worried about this?
No, absolutely not. But we are really careful about the adoption of AI. I think all the stock markets are bleeding and everything is red. I think being a privately held company, we have that luxury and we are growing. In fact, as we speak, in the UAE market, we grew by 53% CAGR in last 8 years. And that's one of the top 4 market for us. And we are doing extremely good and we are embracing AI in our products.
But what happens if AI allows your customers to make their own accounting software, to make their own CRM software, their own special sales tools? Could you be made obsolete by the very technology you're investing in?
Great question. I think customers are looking at just the functionality. You take an enterprise, it's not about functionality. It is about security. It is about governance. Who does what? Permission layers, guardrails in place, performance, and you have 10 variables beyond the functionality. Vibe code can give you only the functionality of what you're expecting, but for the enterprises, it is beyond the functionality. It is about, the security aspect, the cyber security and whatnot, right? And vibe coding doesn't guarantee all of this. So I think that's when, Zoho kind of, vendors should embrace AI, but give it as part of the solutions, what you give it to our enterprises.
Last question, one of the other big stories we're covering here on the Business Breakfast this week, Elon Musk combining XAI and his space company because he wants to build data centers in space. What do you make of that? Is it a viable solution? Would you be up for it?
No, I think he's very ambitious about it. He's ahead of the curve. Definitely, it is going to really reduce the power. We are talking about renewable energy. Those data centers will be powered by solar. And that's a very welcoming move. And if in case happens, good for all of us, good for the Mother Earth. I would be really happy personally. And I would wish him good luck on that.
The CEO of Zoho Middle East and Africa, Hyther Nizam, speaking to us this morning. They are building data centres on terra firma, not in space, in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. We appreciate your time.